Yeah, you could tell that Vanderbilt's aggressiveness in trapping in the post gave us problems offensively. They played like a veteran team. We just couldn't score. We played good defense the first half and really struggled scoring. I mean, we had 3 guys score 38 points, and then we had 3 points from the rest of the team, and it's kind of like our Kentucky game. We had 4 guys score, I think, 60 points, and the rest of the team scored 3. So it's hard to win games when you don't get production throughout your roster, offensively and defensively.
All right, questions for either of the student athletes, please raise your hand, and we'll get one of the floor microphones to you. Hands up, questions for either. Hands up. Okay, let's go to the left side.
For either of the players, Teresa Walker, Associated Press, what was not working there in that 10-minute stretch in the first half when the Vanderbilt was getting you turned over and the shots just didn't seem to be falling?
Just offensively, we just couldn't get it going. We gave ourselves a great chance defensively in the first half. We went down only by 3, but offensively, we just couldn't really find our rhythm.
Other questions for either of the student athletes, please raise your hand. Hands up. Before we excuse the players, Admin, if you maybe could give just a couple of your thoughts on the game, please.
Like Coach and Tyler said, that we weren't able to capitalize on the offense end. They give credit to Vanderbilt. They came out in the second half ready to play, which we weren't, and we give them all the credit.
All right, we'll excuse you back to the locker room, fellas. Thanks for coming down. And yeah, and we'll continue on with questions for Coach Kennedy. Raise your hand. A question for Coach Kennedy. Hands up. Hands up. Oh, okay, far right. Go ahead.
Billy, it seemed like there were several times you got the ball around the basket area, but just couldn't get it through the basket. What did you see there?
You know, we couldn't score. I mean, we had opportunities around the basket, and you've got to have production from everybody, you know, and I thought they did a real good job being aggressive in their trap. We ended up solving that a little bit in the second half. We didn't score. And Vandy's very good offensively. They can shoot the 3. When they start making threes, their confidence level goes up. And when you can't score and you're not deep with your depth defensively, it's hard to grind out a win. We've been able to grind out wins. We beat Alabama, I think, 53-50, you know, but that was our last win. And the games we've won, we've been able to get 50 or 60 points. And the games we lost, that's all we've been able to score. So Vandy they're the older team. They play like a veteran team. 3 of those guys started in the NCAA tournament last year. You know, you got to give them credit. They played like a veteran team. I thought LaChance, you know, was really good. I think he's been the key to their team. He's really playing like an upperclassman point guard, and you could see the difference in their guard play. So you got to give them credit.
Other questions for Coach Kennedy? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
You have one more? Go ahead.
This maybe is the same thing I just asked, but what did you think of the quality of the shots that you got? Were they good shots? They just didn't go in, or?
I thought we got some good shots that didn't go in, and you know, we shot 5 free throws. You know, when we went inside a bunch, our post guys, you know, scored 29 points. Their guards outscored us 25, 35, 43 to whatever we had. So, I mean, we were outclassed on the perimeter. And, again, you got to give them credit. We couldn't score. You hold Vandy to 39% from the field. In a tournament, you should be in position to win, and we just couldn't get enough points.
Any other questions for Coach Kennedy? Let's go to the far back on the left.
Billy, what kind of player do you think Robert can become here down the road?
You know, Robert's been a special player for us from the beginning. You know, you saw him facing up today and making shots. To their credit, they double teamed him, and all year he's gotten better at playing out of the double team. But he's obviously, a lottery pick, and when it's time for him to make that decision. But he can be a special player. You know, he's just young. I mean, you can see his youth when he plays. He gets tired defensively. He may get beat off the dribble. Offensively, he'll surrender sometimes to jump shots. But, man, he's made the quickest progress from when we got him from June 1st to this point than anybody I've seen. And it's a credit to his hard work and his family. And he's a good kid, got good character, and a credit to my coaches because he has gotten so much better in a short amount of time.
Hands up. Any other questions? Let's go to the far left.
I apologize if this is a repeat question, but how much of your struggles tonight can be attributed to their activity on defense, their doubling and things like that?
Well, they forced our guards to have to beat them, and when we didn't turn it over, we got opportunities to score. We just couldn't score. Tyler Davis has 18 points, 7 for 13. Robert Williams is 4 for 8. Somebody else has got to help, to have 3 players score all your points. You're not going to win. 17 points off the bench for them, and I think we had 0. We had 0 off the bench, and we had 0 at one of the positions that started. So you're not winning games, and you got to get like Vandy's game plan. And at the end of the year, everybody knows what you can do and what you can't do, and it gets exposed. We got exposed against Kentucky last week offensively when we couldn't score. Vandy came in and did the same thing. And again, that's a credit to their team.